Going on to you, Sagittarius. So look, you have the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords, and you have the Six of Swords. Tired of being disappointed all the time. So you, Sagittarius, are actually going to start making very good decisions. Not saying that you haven't been making good decisions, but you're going to start making better decisions. A person is going to begin to really show you what it is that they are about from day one. From the minute that they meet you, right? What you got to understand, like, nobody is trying to hide who they are at this point. They don't really have to, because of, you know, hot summer. Everybody wants to, I ain't gonna say everybody, but excuse me, a lot of people want to be bosses. So everybody ain't gonna really, a lot of people don't really have to hide anymore. If a person automatically comes to you, right, from a perspective of them, right, being entitled, you owe them something, them being disrespectful, them not appreciating what it is that you bring into the table, because immediately you should be bringing something to the table. You know, I'm not saying that you have to roll out the red carpet, but you provide value, right? When you are like, hey, let's exchange numbers. I'm gonna give you my number and I want you to call or text me, all right? You exchange numbers, y'all call, y'all text each other. Hey, let's go hang out over here at this spot. I know a cool little spot, let's hang out over here. Or I know a spot over here, let's go hang out here, right? That's bringing in value, because what that's demonstrating is that you're trying to show them, you're showing them that you into them, right? Actually showing up. See, a lot of times people out here thinking people don't have to hide. So to go back on my point that I drifted off for a second, when people showing you these types of dysfunctions already, you're not supposed to really take them seriously anymore, because people will really come outside with that perspective. People really act like this outside, where people could see them, right? Trying to use you, trying to be disrespectful, ghosting, all this online, acting like they are super rich and perfect, goofy, you know, different personality having type of antics when a person jumps online. Because a lot of people act like they have a different personality when they online compared to when they offline. They do. Because people will be talking to you face to face, and then when they jump online, they take all day to have a conversation with you. And a conversation is short. And it's like you know, you could have a conversation and you'll be thinking to yourself, why does this person make me wait all day when they could just send something? And then when they do decide to send something, it'd be short. So it's like it took them all day to say hey. It took them forever to say hey, you know, one word answers. And then when you see them in real life, they be talking in longer than one word sentences, and you'll be like, what's going on here? So a lot of you Sagittarius are just really done with the transactional type of relationships, you know, because the Ace of Pentacles and the High Priestess, you're, like I said, you're looking for value. Ace of Pentacles, you're looking for value, and there's no real value to be in the hyena boneyard, basically. You know, there is no real value. There's just dysfunction there, you know. So you can't even so much as have a conversation with somebody who their mentality is like that, because again, they're so off their rocker to the point where that's all it is that they consumed with. They're not, you know, they're so caught up with transactional interactions that they don't really know how to socialize with people. They don't know. This is not a joke. They don't be knowing how to socialize with people. This is why I tell y'all that all of that, y'all shouldn't be getting so upset, because, and I'm getting to a point where I'm getting less upset with it. But and the reason why you shouldn't get upset, my dear Sagittarius, is because those people don't know how to socialize anyway. Why this is so important is because the Knight of Pentacles, you have a whole bunch of gang stalkers, and you may not even necessarily know, for one. But for two, they may like you. But again, consumed by the transactional type of relationships. So a lot of you are going to have to pay attention to how people immediately interact with you. And I've talked about this before, that you get to a point where people are becoming so outstandingly disrespectful. It's going to be clear, right? It's going to be much more clear who has something to offer, but they stand for something, and who doesn't really have a whole lot to offer, but they're consumed with transactional relationships, because they'll treat you like that. The antics will show up, the stupidity will show up, the tactics will show up, them not having anything to talk about. Because people who are caught up with the transaction, they literally don't have too much to talk about. They'll call you, or this is why it is that you are always the one that has to, it seems like you, Sagittarius, are always the one that has to chase after the person. It's because, as I told y'all, and I've been giving y'all the game since day one, since I started giving it to you, that is the relationship. The relationship is them running away and you essentially trying to catch them. This is why multiple social studies have shown, right? When studies were conducted, they have shown and proved that when a person gets the person that has been running away from them and they spend some time with them, they're still unhappy in the relationship with the person that they are with, right? Because that constitutes what the relationship is, because they find out that there's no value that the person has. The person is just putting on a front like they're cool, they got something going on. And part of what the ruse is, part of what the okie doke or the illusion is humiliating you, clowning you, making it seem like there's something wrong with you, to keep you distracted from looking at them and seeing how it is that they don't really have a whole lot going on. So it's a distraction game. They're trying to send, they're trying to make it seem like you're an embarrassment when they are actually the embarrassment. That's why you can't get caught up with it. And then the Seven of Swords and the Four of Swords represents, I got ahead of myself, but again, it's the treachery of, yeah, they may like you and everything like that, but you, Sagittarius, have to really pay attention around this time to the value of the person that you really talking to. You gotta do more homework. You, Sagittarius, got to become a lot more. You have to become better at being able to evaluate, being able to determine a person's value very quickly. That's part of the problem that you having. You having a problem determining a person's value because you're trying to be a utilitarian. You're trying to, you're trying to be an egalitarian, a utilitarian. You're trying to, everybody is useful for something, and you're right. But you have to determine correctly what a person is useful for. You got some people out here who are useful for nothing but being a parasite and whatever comes with a parasite. And that's what they're technically useful for. So you, Sagittarius, can't allow yourselves to get caught up with this type of mess in the first place. And then you have the Queen of Wands, and then you have the Empress. You have to keep your standards. And this is what I mean when I say keeping standards. I'm not just talking about like not let somebody like crack on you or something like that, right? Like take, you know what I mean? Like what I mean when I say that, I'm talking about like start joking about you. That's the New York way of saying joking on you or bagging on you or something like this, right? It's more so about you, Sagittarius, having to keep your standards from a standpoint of, if you really want to date better quality, then don't let people get away with it. Stop allowing people to get away with a standpoint of like ignoring certain issues that pop up, because those issues end up being a serious problem. I said this before. They end up being a serious problem later on down the line if you decide to actually bring these people closer to you in a relationship. Because what's going to happen is the parasite always has to make you think that they are not real danger. They always have to get you to think that being with them is okay. So they have to make everything that they do non-consequential. And if you're really as strong as you Sagittarius say that y'all will be able to carry on with them eating off of you, right? Or taking from you, and you just continue on. That's the type of mental play that they on. That's why I'm saying don't fall into their traps. Don't get caught up with their illusions. So the thing is that when you don't get caught up in their illusions, you're going to see how dysfunctional this person is. Right now, you Sagittarius are trying to get to know some people. However, you copping and blowing. You getting them, they showing you some serious issues, you got to essentially move them out. You dig? So let's clarify the Empress. Pages of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Sun card to clarify the Emperor. So, Page of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles represents how you have a lot to offer, but people are trying to take advantage of the fact that you Sagittarius have a lot to offer. And they're going to go ahead and say that they love you and anything else depending on the person. So you have to really be a very good judge of character, because if you're not, you have to become that. Because if you're not, you're going to have a very difficult time. You are. You are. My head. But you are. And then you have the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords. So these two cards right here are the game is unforgiving. Basically, it's unforgiving. And what the cards are saying is that you have the knowledge. Sun card, you have the knowledge. If you fall into that so easily from now on, the cards are saying it's your fault. Because it's saying how it is that if a person comes to you, again, directly like this, you got to pay attention to that. If they're coming to you directly, that's a dub. Because they are adults. They're supposed to know how to come to you. If they're wilding out like this, that's not the kind of person that you would want to have around you, because it spells trouble in the future anyway. So, you know, you Sagittarius are out here, you talking to people, but you Sagittarius have some homework that y'all got to do. Y'all got to really, your next step is to get to see what type of time other people are on, how they approach you, and that if they immediately come in and they're not coming correctly to you, they're giving you a hard time off the rip. Remember what I just said. They're already giving you a hard time and you don't even know them that well. What does that say? Does that scream a person, or does that communicate to you non-verbally that that person would be a good match for you? Wouldn't. So that's it. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100,000 subs. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. And this is the official Kareemspiritworks merch, found on my Linktree link website, as well as the Linktree. Go ahead and check those out. Get one of those hoodies, sweatpants, t-shirts, sweatshirts, as well as I'm dropping some new designs so you can pick up your tarot card, your major arcana that resonates with your zodiac sign, or if you want to buy it for a significant other that you have, or family member, or somebody that you just hold near and dear to you, pick one up for them. Appreciate it. Come and get the readings, by the way. It keeps the channel going.